You ever met somebody who made a bunch of money and now they're broke? Or they lost 40 pounds and now they're even heavier than ever? Or they were in the perfect relationship and now they're alone again? That's not bad luck. That's their baseline. People always revert back to how they see themselves and what they believe they're worth. It doesn't make a difference how much you achieve. If the way you see yourself is still stuck at a lower level, you'll eventually sabotage yourself and your business and your team and everything else in your life. So in this video, I'm going to show you how most people get stuck, which is why so many companies plateau at a certain revenue. And we'll also see how high performers permanently reset their baseline so they're constantly motivated to grow. Now, when I was in the health industry, I met the sales manager who was great at growing and training and managing a sales team to hit the $1 million a quarter mark. So if a company was making less than $1 million a quarter, and this was in the supplement space, and we brought this guy in, within a very short period of time, he'd have a team built and predictably selling about $1 million or so in supplements every single quarter. But then he'd plateau. Either 10% under $1 million or 10% over $1 million. Like clockwork, he got stuck. And this guy truly, truly wanted to 10x his sales so badly. And he believed that he could, and he worked his ass off, but something always came up that kept him or his team stuck. And this was years ago when I was still burning through money and basically throwing spaghetti at the wall to try to see what would stick in growing my businesses. So I kept trying to fix this dude. But his belief was that $1 million in sales each quarter was his comfort zone. That was pretty much it. And the number one reason why you get stuck in any area of your life is because that's what you believe you deserve. No more, no less. That's it. It's in there. It's stuck inside of your vault. And if you start to make less, you'll fight like hell to get back up to that level just so that you feel comfortable. Now, the moment that guy's sales team pulled in about 10% less than he expected, he pulled all-nighters and he got his numbers back up every single time. Now, are there ways to shortcut your ability to change your baseline permanently? Yes, there are. Let me tell you about the absolute most predictable way of doing that. It's how we finally got that sales manager out of his rut, and it's also the way every highly successful person that I know does this. Just like the hardest way of changing your baseline is to try to change it alone, which never works and almost always bounces back, right? So if you're overweight and you lose some of that weight, you bounce right back because you try to change it all by yourself. And if that were possible for you, you would have already done it in the past. But you don't yet have that capability. The fastest, most predictable way of making this change in your life, or any freaking change, is to surround yourself with people who have already achieved what you want to achieve. And they're already living the life that you want to live. And they've worked for it so that they know all the freaking obstacles and how to get around those obstacles. And they're willing to help you. Now, when most people hear this, they try to take the easy way out. And they do something like go to seminars. But seminars are full of other people who are just at your level or lower. No matter what they look like on the outside, internally, they're also at that seminar attempting to connect with people who will help them to grow. On the other hand, highly successful people are rarely at seminars unless they're on the stage speaking, or they're specifically there looking for people to hire to work inside of their companies. That's it. Those are the only two reasons why successful people go to seminars. I'm sorry if I'm the one to tell you that, but the only seminars that I've ever been to, outside of the very small handful of personal development seminars that I went to when I was in my 20s, the only seminars that I've ever been to have been those that I was speaking on stage at, sharing tactics on how I grow my companies, and then leaving. Because the more time spent hanging out with people in the audience, the more time you're spending with people who are looking for ways to grow themselves instead of ways to help you grow. That's not a bad thing. But if you're stuck at a plateau or you're in growth mode, then that is not where you belong. The way high performers permanently reset their baseline and constantly grow is by spending quality time with one or two people, one-on-one, who are already exceptional at doing what you want to do and who can take you to the next level by guiding you and helping you and supporting you and opening doors for you. And you might think that's expensive, but if you're like most entrepreneurs, I'll bet you've been to 3, 4, 10 seminars in the past. So you bought the tickets, you probably had to travel to them, you got a hotel room maybe, you had to buy food, and most importantly, you were away from the two things that matter absolutely the most in your life, which were you were away from business and you were away from your family. And maybe you think you profited from one or two things that you learned from those events. But the growth you'll experience when you meet somebody who has the experience to literally pull you up to their level. So you're finally not alone in all this. and they're willing to guide you 100%, the growth that you get from aligning with people like that will make you wonder why people ever waste time going to seminars. And the most successful people are always willing to help you if you approach them the right way and if you lead by giving first. Find out what they need first, then if you could help them, freaking help them. Because the truth is, successful people rarely allow people to help them without reciprocating in a big way. And they'll change everything in your life. I hope you got value from this and you understand this message. And if you did, please subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. And I'm actually shocked at how many of my friends and people that I meet say that they love these videos and my podcast also, but they're not yet subscribed. Don't be one of those people who are just peeking in. Subscribe and be part of the community. And if you like this topic, please give this video a thumbs up too, and then comment so that we have an open line of communication together.